Hi guys, my name is Pierre from Can-Am, SpyderAccessories.com, and welcome to the Spyder Shop.
Where'd you go, what'd you do late last?
Today's a really good day. Why? Because our new flooring for the Spyder Shop just came in. So why change the flooring at the Spyder Shop? Well, it's actually, the Spyder Shop is broken down into two parts. You have the store and the administration one side, and we have this bay here, which is roughly about 650 square feet, where we do the installation of the Can-Am Spyders. And we bring in a ton of Can-Am Spyders, hundreds and hundreds a year, and the floor is taking a beating. And I didn't prep my floor properly. I didn't do a good job when I painted these floors. Now, I needed the space rather quickly. Early 2018, we moved in quickly. I did clean it, but it used to be a garage here, a lot of oil stains, and I just didn't get the job done properly. And what I'm left with is that in the places where the Can-Am Spyders actually roll in, we see that as soon as we start turning some tires or moving around, depending on the weather, if it's a little bit damp, the paint will actually just lift right off. So, you know, even during meat season, I gave a new coat of paint. I did it again, a couple of months ago, about 6 weeks ago. And I brought in a Can-Am Spyder, and the paint lifted up straight away. And I said, I'm not going through this again. I really want a clean look for the garage. We invested in some new cabinets and some new toolboxes. So I said, I'm gonna look into flooring. So how do you go about finding the best floor for your garage? This is how I did it. So the first thing I did is I went to Google, I went to the web, and I just typed in garage flooring, and all kinds of options come in. You can get epoxy floor, you've got just the standard paint that you can put on there as well. You have vinyl that you can put over the top, you have carpets, and you also have these plastic tiles. They usually come from two main companies, Swisstrax and Ribtrax. First option was carpet. Now, who puts carpet in their garage? Not passing judgment, but I live in Montreal. We have the winters, the slush, the salt, the sand, the rocks, everything that comes in. So, to be honest, carpet was not even considered. Second option was painting the floor. Been there, done that. Not liking the results over time for the usage that we do. If it was anything else, if I didn't bring any vehicles in here, no rubber tires, actually, I probably would have kept the paint for now because it was on low budget. I was on a low budget. I am on a low budget. So didn't work out for us. That's why we're looking for another option. Epoxy flooring looks good. Looks really good. There's a ton of possibilities, colors, designs that you can do, but pricey. And that's probably the main option. I'm still leasing where I'm at right now. Don't know how long we'll be here. And that was a problem. We're doing, better, we're making the shop better, but I couldn't walk away with my epoxy floor. So if I went ahead and decided to spend like $6, $7 a square foot, that's like $6,000, $7,000 maybe. That was starting to get expensive for something that I can take away once I leave. So that one wasn't considered. Vinyl flooring. There was actually two types of vinyl. One that you glue on and the other one that you just lay flat. Now, the kind of roll that you can have in vinyl floor and just roll it out. The problem with that is that the look of it, it's a little wavy. You're not actually gluing anything down. So the look of it was unfinished to our eyes. We didn't like it too much. We felt that it was hard to get against the walls and get it behind the other things, especially because it wasn't glued in. So we didn't like that option. And once again, if we glue it down, I can't leave with it because, we're leasing the place. So that, again, was not an option for us. The final option, the one that we went with, is the tile. It's actually a plastic tile. This one is made from Swisstrax and it's called the Ribtrax. Now, the first thing we like is the thickness. This baby comes in at almost 3/4 of an inch. So we really like the thickness of it, the product, the quality. We also like the look of it. As you can see, this is the black one, but as I move it around like that, you can see that well, on an angle like this and an angle like that, and depending if it's the top here or there, you can see it's the same color, but it actually changes color. So as you're walking on the floor, you get a nice effect to it. So you also get that in the red as well. Same kind of look to it. So that's the first thing we really liked about it. So we like the, of course, the look of it, we like the thickness and the reviews. This is where YouTube comes in, baby. YouTube, I love you for this. You do Racek versus Swisstrax or Swisstrax versus anything else there, or you just do garage flooring on YouTube. You'll get a ton of different videos of people of why, like this one I'm doing now, of why they went ahead and chose Swisstrax or something else. So then you can make up your mind. I understand that you take some, you leave some, but at least you're getting a big picture. I actually went out, found a company here in Quebec, Canada, went to look at the flooring, and that's where I made up my mind. So Swisstrax Ribtrax is our choice. There are dozens of colors available. So if you're, a Can-Am Spyder lover and you want to go with black and red, you can do that. I added a little bit of gray. If you're a Harley Davidson lover and you want to go with some gray and orange, you can do that as well. So you want to put your Ferrari, you want some red, some yellow, you like blue. So all kinds of designs you can do. If you go on Swisstrax.ca, you actually have a tool that will help you build your garage. You put in the measurements, the width and the length, and then you can start, picking tiles and making, seeing what kind of design you want to do. Or, there are different products as well. They have vinyl, they have like the look of a wooden floor. You can get all kinds of designs. So that's one of the good things about Swisstrax.ca. I went old school, baby. I went with my Excel document from Office. And what I did, and the reason I did that is that I just started filling out some squares and seeing the design that I wanted to make. This is where my garage door here is, and this is the length and the width. So the reason I did that is that on that same Excel sheet, I did about 14 of these designs of different colors, with the red and the black, and just try to see to mix it up a little bit, did the checkerboard and all that, and get a visual of what it might look like and what we like. Then I asked my friends about it, I asked my dad, girlfriend, some friends, and they gave me their advice, and we took down some numbers and came out with this design here. Now, the reason we went with these colors is that black is beautiful, but black is like a black car. So we thought that, if we get too much dirt on there, everything is going to show. The red, well, it's actually the accent color of our cabinets in the back, and the Can-Am Spyder Accessories logo is actually some gray, some white, some black, and some red. So this matched perfectly with our theme for our logo colors for the shop. And the red was the accent color, which we put on the side, and the centerpiece is where all the Can-Am Spyders are going to come in and out. And if you have a gray car, gray, the dirt doesn't show as much. So that's why we chose gray for the main area where all the Can-Am Spyders are going to be coming in the Spyder Shop. I'm going to be filming the installation of this flooring. It should be a lot of fun. I'm going to give you a little bit about the steps that I'm going to go through to get this floor installed. The first one is a no-brainer. We're going to sweep up and then we're going to use the mop. Let's get it going. One of the biggest challenges I'm going to have is to move my stuff out of the way. So what's going to be hard is, for these ones here, the toolboxes, that's going to be easy. Everything that's on wheels is going to be easy. Now, even these cabinets is not going to be that hard because I'll actually be able to get my pit bull lift underneath there and lift them up slightly and then just adjust the height of those, we call them legs here if you want. So these ones here. So you can see I can actually screw and unscrew those legs here, and that should help me, getting that 3/4 inch inside there. So that's going to be okay. But when I get to all these shelves here, that's going to be my challenge. I got to find a way to lift this up floor. I don't want to start cutting around everything. Now, for this little loft that I've built here, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs on that, and since everything is pretty much screwed into the wall as well. I'm going to have to cut around those 4-inch by 4-inch legs here and see how I can get that done. So at the bottom there, I'm just going to have to cut around that. But all these shelves around this side here, I'm going to have to find a way of lift that up. So I'm going to have to empty all my shelves with all the flooring and everything else, the floorboards that I have there and everything else that we have. The place that we want to start, I've been told, is with the garage door. So I'm going to start by laying down some tiles with the garage door. And then after that, we've got to use one of the side walls, which probably going to be this one here, and start laying down some tiles. So I think most of my work will be in preparation in moving everything that's along this wall towards the center so I can lay down some tiles here. And once I've done that, put all the shelving back. For this step, I'm going to be pre-assembling some of the tiles. Now, why would I do this? Because I'm a big guy. I have got a bad back. I've got 2 herniated discs, and I want to be on the ground the less as possible. So I'm going to follow this plan here. And as you can see, we've got some strips of 3 here, and I got like 50 of them. So I'm just going to start with the gray, and I'm going to pre-assemble in strips of 3. Here we go. I've got them here. And now you want to be careful because you want to make sure that you have the right size. So if you look at one of these tiles, you'll notice that 2 sides have got these little round things that stick out on that side and here. The other ones do not have that. That one and on the bottom don't have it as well. So when you look at the instructions on the Swisstrax and you have a look on the box like you can see right now, they even tell you or show you where you should start. So if I'm going to be starting at my garage door, they show me which tile, which way I'm going to put it, and then the other ones will just follow along. There'll just be one way of putting them. So I should be okay. So start off with the right tile, and then we'll be okay. The Ribtrax flooring is just a clip system. So you have the female part and you have the male parts as well right here. And all you have to do is just clip them in. Now, if you're working on the floor, you can just stand up and step on them with your shoes if you want. You can hit down with your hand a little bit, but you might get, after a while, it might get tiring a little bit. Or you can just use one of these, rubber mallets. That's my tool of choice. So preparation is done. The pre-assembly is finished, gray, black, and red. All done. Very happy about that. One of the things that I'm realizing is that, I was looking at my shelf, I was looking at my floor, and the first instinct is when you get started, you want to get the floor done. You want to get it in there. You want to put it down and start working on it. No good, guys. I think the best thing you can do is spend a lot more time thinking about it, preparation, get the pre-assembly done. Now, I've got, on average, I'll be going down on my knees only 25% of the time now because I've already started to assemble. So this is the work. When you're doing the pre-assembly, you're still thinking, hey, this is tedious, this is no fun, I want to get the floor going. You better work here, shelf high, nice and relaxed. You're getting everything there. You're not hurting your back. You're not straining. And the more time you spend there, the more you're thinking about it. And that's what happened. I was thinking about my shelf, about this, and I must have changed about 3 or 4 times the way I'm going to do it. And I feel really comfortable with what I'm about to do right now. So let me turn this around and show you a little bit about the first step I did. Turn down my camera like this here. All right. So you can see that I've laid down some black, some red, and some gray. Now, the whole point of this is you got to put yourself square. You got to use the garage door, and you got to use one wall. And you always want to start right in this corner here. If you can see this, you can see that I've used my lip, to get on the floor, and I've laid it down. I've laid it down flat with the garage door. This is a place where I'm going to have to cut one of these here to be able to fit it in. That's for later. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I'm going to lay down the majority of my floor Once that's done, I'll come back and I'll cut these out. That's the beauty of these floors. You can just snap them in place. Now, the shelf that's here on the side is the first one that's going to go. Let me turn this here. All right, so actually going to come here, and the plan is this. Turn this around. All right, so I'm going to take this shelf here. I'm going to empty it on my work tables. I'm going to remove the shelf. I'm going to do the floor underneath, put back the shelf, put back the stock, move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then I'll just work my way down the middle here. That's going to be nice and easy. So one at a time. This is like 20-minute project. Get this one done. Next one, and so on. If you look at a big picture, you'll get discouraged. So go in sections. And that's what I came up with as I was thinking about my stuff. Hey, Pierre, don't think about the whole thing. Just do it in sections. Get this thing done, and then you'll just move forward. Here we go.